let's set the record straight from the jump. Women might forgive, they might move on, and sometimes they'll even act like you never existed. But don't get it twisted. When a man leaves a mark on a woman's heart, she remembers. Maybe not every word, not every gift, not even every date, but she remembers how you made her feel. And that's the part most men never truly get. See, here's the curveball. A lot of men spend their lives flexing, thinking status or shiny things will leave an impression. Sure, that stuff can make noise for a moment, but it fades, always. What sticks, sometimes for years, sometimes forever, are the smaller moments. The times you understood her mood without her saying a word. The way you saw the sides of her she hides from everyone else. That's what gets under her skin and stays there. Here's the truth. Every woman has that one man she can't forget. He isn't always the richest, the flashiest, or even the best looking. He's the one who unlocked parts of her no one else bothered to see. The one who challenged her, inspired her, and held his own when the world was against him. That's the memory that shows up when she's alone, even years later. And here's the twist most men don't want to admit. Being unforgettable isn't about being flawless. It's about being authentic, knowing her mind, her moods, her unspoken dreams, sometimes even better than she does. Stick with me. I'm about to share the 10 things that will make you that guy, the one she remembers no matter what. Ready? Let's go. 1. The man who isn't afraid to say no. Most guys think the secret to a woman's heart is nonstop agreement. Yes to every request. Yes to every demand. Even yes when it goes against what they want. They think it makes them look loving or romantic. But here's the truth. No one says out loud. The constant yes man fades into the background. The men who stand out, they have the guts to say no and mean it. That single word shows strength, self-respect, and clear boundaries. It says you're not afraid to lose her approval, and that's magnetic. She might argue or push back, but deep down, she'll respect the man who won't be controlled. Saying no doesn't make you cruel. It means you know your worth. If you can't say no, you can't lead. And if you can't lead, she'll never truly respect you. Most guys miss this, thinking denying her wish is denying her. But it's not. A firm no makes every yes worth more. That's how you set yourself apart from the crowd. Picture this. She wants you to skip something important for a shopping trip. Most guys cave. The man she'll remember simply says, "No, I have things to do today. We'll go another time." She might pout, but trust me, she'll never forget that you stood your ground. 2. The man who walks away. There's nothing that rattles a woman more than a man who knows when to leave. Most men hold on, even when they're ignored or pushed aside. They stay out of fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of losing her. Fear of starting over. But here's the truth. Most don't want to face. The man who calmly walks away without begging or drama becomes unforgettable. Why? Because women are used to being chased. They expect men to fight for every moment of attention. But when you're the one who steps away first, it changes the entire script. Suddenly, you're not seeking her approval. She's left wondering why you didn't need it at all. That's a thought she won't shake off easily. Walking away isn't about ego or coldness. It's about valuing yourself enough to leave when you're not respected. It tells her your self-worth means more than any temporary validation. And here's the kicker. When you walk first, she often starts chasing, because women don't respect the man who can't leave, no matter how badly he's treated. Years later, she might forget every man who begged, but she'll always remember the one who walked away with quiet confidence. That's the man who stays on her mind because he was different, unafraid, and rare. Imagine this. She starts acting distant, ignores your calls, plays games. Most men double down, chasing harder. But the man she'll never forget, he simply stops, turns away, and never looks back. She may never say it out loud, but trust me, that memory burns deeper than any plea ever could. Before we continue, if you are finding value in this, make sure to like and subscribe so other men can also have access to this epic Stoic truth. Let's continue. 3. The man who never competes for her attention. Most guys make the same mistake. They battle for a woman's attention like it's a trophy. They blow up her phone, try to outdo every other man, and scramble for any moment in her calendar. But here's the harsh truth. The moment you start competing, you shrink your value, because chasing after her sends one message: I'm beneath you and I need to prove myself. Notice something. The men women chase aren't the ones fighting for a spot. They're the ones building their own world, busy with their own path, and simply inviting her along for the ride. That's no coincidence. The man who refuses to compete stands out by default. He's not chasing, not desperate, not making her the center of his universe. That's what makes her take notice. She wonders, why isn't he trying harder? Why isn't he desperate for me? That curiosity becomes attraction, and it's a feeling she can't ignore. If you have to fight for her attention, you've already lost her respect. The man who values his time, who lets her work for his attention, is the one she never forgets. Give away your attention carelessly, and you blend in with the crowd, but make her earn it, and you'll be the one she remembers long after everyone else fades away. 4. The man who calmly calls out her flaws. Most men won't admit this, but you're not helping a woman by ignoring her mistakes. Too many guys stay quiet when she's out of line, just to keep the peace or avoid rocking the boat. That silence, it doesn't make you strong. In her eyes, it makes you weak. And weakness is never remembered with respect. The men she remembers? They're the ones who, without raising their voice or causing drama, call out her flaws and don't let bad behavior slide. That's real leadership. It shows you care more about honesty than about pleasing her in the moment. It proves you've got a backbone. If you're always walking on eggshells, you'll never earn her respect. Women test men not out of malice, but to see if you'll stand your ground. If you fail, you might keep her around, but you'll never have her mind. And once her mind drifts, you become forgettable. Calmly checking her isn't about shaming or yelling. It's about courage, respect, and self-control. The man who stands his ground, who makes her pause and reflect, is the one she can't shake off, because he was never scared of her reaction, only of losing himself. That's the kind of man who lingers in her memory, long after everyone else is forgotten. 5. The man who masters his desire. One of the quickest ways a man loses respect is by letting his desire run wild. Too many guys fall apart around a beautiful woman, chasing, begging, losing themselves just for a shot at her attention. Here's the real deal. The second she senses you can't control your urge, she knows she's in charge. But the man who holds back, who doesn't crumble just because he wants her, instantly stands out. Why? Because he flips the usual script. Most women are surrounded by men who can't say no, who fall apart at the slightest hint of attraction. But the man who stays composed, he's rare, and rare is memorable. This goes beyond looks. It's about discipline. If you can't handle yourself around her, what else can't you handle? Women spot that connection immediately. Self-control with her means self-control everywhere, and that earns respect. The man who isn't desperate, who makes her work for his attention, leaves a mark. He sparks questions in her mind. Why isn't he falling for me like the rest? The more she wonders, the more unforgettable you become. Real strength isn't in the chase, it's in the restraint, and that's what she'll never forget. 6. The man who makes her earn his respect. This is where most men trip up. They hand out respect like it's candy. Meet a beautiful woman and instantly treat her like royalty, thinking it scores points. But the reality? What comes too easy is never valued. Give respect away for nothing, and it means nothing. The man she remembers? He doesn't put her on a pedestal just for being attractive. He sets the bar. She has to prove herself through her actions, consistency, and how she treats him. That's a shock to her system, because most men crumble in the presence of beauty. He doesn't, and that forces her to step up. When she realizes your respect has to be earned, she moves differently. She knows being pretty isn't enough. She needs to show real loyalty and character, and though she might not admit it, that challenge draws her in. If you hand out respect to every woman, you're not being a gentleman. You're just another easy mark. The man who holds his boundaries, who shows that respect is a privilege, not a gift, is the one she never forgets. When your respect is rare, she'll want it, and that's what keeps you in her memory. 7. The man who doesn't hand out validation. Let's be real. Most guys toss out compliments and attention like it's nothing. They flood her with praise, drop hearts on every post, and never stop reminding her how amazing she is. But here's the truth. When validation is everywhere, it's worthless. She hears it all the time from guys hoping to stand out, but none of them stick in her mind. The man she remembers is different. He holds back. He only gives validation when it truly matters, when it's earned, not expected. That rare recognition, it hits harder. It means something. It lingers. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about making sure your approval has value. You watch, you wait, and only when she proves herself through real effort or loyalty do you let her know she's special. That's when your words actually matter. Here's the kicker. She'll forget the hundreds who called her beautiful, but she'll always remember the one man who made her earn his praise. The man who wasn't so easily impressed. The man who made her question, what makes him different? And that question? That's what keeps you unforgettable. Because in a world full of easy validation, the man who gives it sparingly becomes the standard. Someone she can't shake from her memory. 8. The man who disrupts her routine. Most guys don't get it. Women get bored fast. They crave a rush, a twist, something that jolts them out of the ordinary. But too many men become routine. Predictable texts, predictable plans, predictable words. They blur into the background. The unforgettable man, he flips her script. He doesn't follow her schedule or fit into her boxes. He throws her off in just the right way, leaving her curious, even a little unsettled. That break from the usual, that's what she remembers. If she knows exactly what you'll say or do, you're just another habit. But if you shake things up, keep her guessing, spark emotions she didn't expect, you become the exception. Women forget the safe and ordinary, but the one who interrupts her cycle, who challenges her day, who makes her feel alive, that's the one she replays long after. In her world, comfort fades, disruption lingers. Be the spark, be the difference, be the man she can't forget. 9. The man who shatters her illusion of control. Here's a hard truth. Women may act like they want control, but they never respect the men they can control. Too many guys hand over the reins, letting her make all the calls, set the terms, run the show, just to keep the peace. That fear makes you forgettable. The man she remembers. He challenges her sense of control, not with ego, but with calm, steady leadership. He shows her that respect isn't one way. He won't bend for mood swings or idle threats, and that quiet strength sticks with her. If you let her rule everything, she'll lose interest because she doesn't want a follower. She wants a man who leads, who can say, no, this is how it goes. She might test you, but your firm stance is what makes her feel safe and keeps you in her memory. The truth? Saying yes to everything isn't love, it's weakness. The unforgettable man stands his ground, leads with confidence, and never trades self-respect for acceptance. That's the man she can't forget, no matter how hard she tries. 10. The man who leaves a scar. Not just a memory. Every woman collects memories of men, some sweet, some bitter, most easily forgotten. But there's always one who left more than a memory. He left a scar. Scars last. They shift how she sees herself, men, and love itself. Most guys play it safe, aiming to be a pleasant thought in her past. But safe memories fade. The man she'll never erase is the one who left a real mark. Deep, undeniable, unforgettable. Not through cruelty, but by being so genuine and unwavering in his values that his presence changed her. He challenged her, set boundaries, called her higher. That's the scar, an impact so real it can't be replaced. She won't lose sleep over the men who tried to impress her, but the man who made her feel something raw, something true. That's the one she'll remember. She may move on, love again, even marry. But in her quiet moments, it's your scar she'll revisit. Because while most men blend into the background, the unforgettable man leaves a mark that never fades. That's the legacy you want to leave. If you want to be unforgettable, here's a hard truth most won't say out loud. Women don't fall for the good guy. They fall for the man who leaves the deepest impact, even if it hurts. That's why the one who broke her heart still haunts her, while the one who gave her everything is just a footnote. It's not pretty, but it's real. A woman might marry the safe bet, but she'll always remember the man who shook her soul. She might laugh with the nice guy, but late at night, her thoughts drift back to the one who left a mark. That's how female psychology works. Deny it, and you're just lying to yourself. So here's your wake-up call. Stop aiming to be the man she likes. Be the man she can't erase. Not with games or cruelty, but with real strength, real boundaries, and real self-respect. Most guys play it safe, and safe gets forgotten. But if you live by these truths, you'll live in her head long after you're gone. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your story in the comments. Were you unforgettable? Or just another nice guy she let go? I'll be reading and reaching out. Let's get real, man to man. Because in the end, it's not about how many women you've known. It's about being the one she can never forget. If this message struck something in you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic insights from Become Stoic. Click on the next video showing up on your screen right now to become the man who attracts women and not the one that chases them, but by who he becomes.